Powered by the sun, Earth's weather moves in a never-ending cycle, purifying and distributing billions of gallons of water every minute, a seemingly endless renewal. And yet, despite its immensity, the world's fresh water supply is limited. It's a resource we can't afford to misuse, and as human beings, we must protect, conserve, and celebrate this life-sustaining gift. On the eastern side of Colorado's Continental Divide lies a unique mountain basin that funnels rain and snow melt to Boulder, one of the state's most beautiful and vibrant cities. In a typical year, Boulder receives only 18 inches of moisture and exists in a semi-arid environment. Yet, the city and our residents thrive because of this natural watershed that feeds creeks, rivers, and reservoirs and provides water to underground aquifers. This is the story of Boulder's water, where it comes from, how it's treated, distributed, used, and returned to nature, and how everyone who lives, works, or plays in Boulder can help protect and preserve this precious resource forever. Every year, the city of Boulder treats and delivers nearly 8 billion gallons of water to our customers. Where does it all come from? Boulder has 3 main water sources. 2 are mountain watersheds just to the west of the city. The third is a system of reservoirs that brings water from the western slope of Colorado to many cities in northeastern Colorado, including Boulder. The first source is the Silver Lake watershed, 4,400 feet above and due west of Boulder. Within this basin lie a number of pristine lakes that collect rain and snowmelt. Water from these lakes travels via pipeline to Lakewood Reservoir, just north of the town of Nederland. Como and North Boulder Creeks also feed this reservoir. Using gravity, the Lakewood pipeline then transports water from the reservoir to the Batasso treatment plant. High mountain snowmelt feeds creeks flowing into Boulder's second water source, Barker Reservoir, situated just east of Nederland. Barker's water flows through its own pipeline to Kostler Lake, located above Flagstaff Mountain. Water from Kostler is then piped under high pressure up to the Batasso plant. Many miles of lakes, tunnels, and canals make up the Colorado Big Thompson and Windy Gap Diversion Project, Boulder's third water source. Water from Windy Gap Reservoir is fed through this complex system to Carter Lake, through the St. Vrain Supply Canal, and the Boulder Feeder Canal to Boulder Reservoir northeast of the city. Boulder Reservoir also receives water from 3 small tributaries and the Farmer's Ditch that diverts water from Boulder Creek at the mouth of Boulder Canyon through town to Boulder Reservoir. All this water then reaches the Boulder Reservoir treatment plant, either by direct diversion from the Boulder Feeder Canal or by pumping directly from the reservoir. This dual capability allows Boulder year-round use of its third water source. Boulder is fortunate in our water supply as well as in our ability to obtain water from both the east and west slope, as it provides us with a measure of protection against localized droughts. Because Boulder's drinking water comes from snowmelt, which flows through rivers, streams, lakes, ponds, and reservoirs, we can expect our raw or untreated water to contain at least small amounts of contaminants. Water treatment uses a multiple barrier approach where each barrier, or step, removes different contaminants. The first and most important step is source water protection, and that means keeping contaminants out of the source water, such as a reservoir, before it goes to the water treatment plant. Boulder has 2 facilities that reduce remaining contaminants to levels meeting all state and federal requirements for drinking water. The Batasso Water Treatment Plant purifies our eastern slope watershed supply, while the Boulder Reservoir plant treats water from the Colorado Big Thompson system. Together, these facilities have the capability to treat nearly 60 million gallons of water each day. On a promontory overlooking Boulder is the Botasso Water Treatment Plant, where up to 40 million gallons of water are treated each day. The Boulder Reservoir Treatment Plant has the ability to treat up to 16 million gallons of water daily from both Boulder Reservoir and the Boulder Feeder Canal. The processes used to purify and monitor Boulder's drinking water are similar at both plants. The major steps include the intake process, where large debris like sticks, plants, and fish are screened from entering the plant. Coagulation occurs when aluminum or iron salts plus chemicals called polymers are mixed with the water to make the particles within the water stick together. The coagulated particles are slowly mixed so they can collide and form larger solids known as floc. This process is called flocculation. At the Botasso treatment facility, the water flows through a large tank for sedimentation, where the floc settles to the bottom and is removed. At the Boulder Reservoir plant, a flotation process is used to remove the floc from the water. In the filtration process, water is passed through filters made of sand and anthracite coal to remove smaller particles. Before water leaves the plant, chlorine is added to reduce risks from remaining bacteria. Fluoride is put in to provide dental benefits, and small amounts of lime or sodium hydroxide are added to stabilize the water and make it less corrosive to pipes and plumbing. Testing is performed every 2 hours to monitor the treatment processes at both plants to ensure the quality of the water before it leaves the facilities. Harnessing the energy created by flowing water and converting it into electricity is an important component of Boulder's water system. In the mid-1980s, the city began constructing hydroelectric facilities and currently operates 7 generating stations. Hydropower is beneficial to Boulder and our residents. It's a renewable and clean energy source with low environmental impacts. It helps reduce the high pressure in Boulder's water distribution pipelines. And because the energy produced by our generating stations is sold to Xcel Energy, it creates income for the city. Boulder's generating stations have the capacity to produce electricity for over 5,000 homes and allows us to reduce our reliance on coal and natural gas. Clean, safe water is something we expect in Boulder, and it's never further away than the closest tap. Over 400 miles of pipeline known as mains distribute water under pressure from Boulder's treatment plants to our homes, businesses, and industries. While this high-pressure system allows hydroelectric power and low-cost water delivery, it creates unique challenges for those in charge of its operation. Daily repairs, adjustments, and troubleshooting ensure safe delivery of water to our users. The average Boulder resident uses about 66 gallons of water indoors each day. That number can double with outdoor water use during the summer months. And while we can't imagine that water supply ever drying up, we must be mindful that we exist in a semi-arid climate and that drought is a real possibility. We live in a place where every drop counts.
When we say keep it clean because we're all downstream, what do you think we're trying to say?
The city's water conservation team is committed to spreading the word on the value of water in Boulder and to providing tips on how to save water on a daily basis. A few ways we all can help conserve include installing low-flow shower heads and toilets, using front-loading water-efficient washing machines, and fixing leaky faucets and toilets, which can save up to 500 gallons of water per day. There are ways to conserve water outdoors as well. Adjust sprinklers to water only the lawn and garden, not your sidewalk, driveway, or street, and fix leaky irrigation systems. Using drip irrigation systems that deliver water very slowly and at low pressure can reduce outdoor water use by up to 70%. In addition, these drip systems work wonders in xeriscape environments. Many homes and businesses throughout Boulder are already addressing the need to save water because by conserving even small amounts now, we're helping to plan for our future water needs. And remember, Boulder does have enough water to use, but not enough to waste. Because the hydrologic cycle is constant, water is an essential resource after we've finished using it. It must be returned to the natural system from which it came. Each day in Boulder, over 17 million gallons of water flow down our drains and into a complex network of underground pipes. Efficient operation of this system is vital to our public health and quality of life, and through constant inspection, repair, cleaning, and construction, Boulder's sewer system remains out of sight and out of mind. The 75th Street Wastewater Treatment Plant lies 7 miles east of Boulder and is the collection point for sewage from homes, businesses, and industries throughout the city. In addition, the city's industrial pre-treatment program works with the business community to ensure toxic pollutants are controlled at the source and not put into the sewer. Some manufacturing facilities are required to pre-treat wastewater before discharging it into the system. Wastewater reaching the 75th Street plant is subjected to a 10-hour multi-stage cleaning process. It's designed to meet or exceed quality standards for the water being returned to Boulder Creek. Large debris and gravel are removed in the first treatment step to prevent damage to downstream treatment plant equipment. The wastewater then enters a clarification process where solids settle out and are removed for further treatment. The clarified wastewater then enters a series of biological treatment processes where microorganisms break down organic materials and remove ammonia. After another clarification step, used to remove the microorganisms, or biomass, is completed, the treated wastewater is disinfected and finally discharged into Boulder Creek. The 75th Street Wastewater Treatment Plant is also one of Boulder's great unknown recycling success stories. Solids removed and treated during the process are used as soil conditioner and fertilizer and have increased crop productivity for farmers. Methane gas produced during the biological treatment of the solids powers a generator to produce electricity for the plant itself and for resale to Excel Energy. On the night of May 30th, 1894, Boulder Creek raged through Boulder at 13,000 cubic feet per second, decimating buildings, bridges, roads, and the railroad. Boulder's location at the mouth of a canyon watershed means that periodic flooding is imminent. Boulder has learned to respect and plan for flash flooding through zoning and land use programs and by building special structures, such as breakaway bridges. Boulder has also constructed over 4,000 storm drains throughout the city to collect runoff from rain and snowstorms, as well as from intermittent flooding. Because stormwater collection is entirely separate from our wastewater system, water that flows into our gutters and through their grates travels directly to our local creeks. What begins as rainwater becomes pollution soup once it hits Boulder's streets. Antifreeze and used motor oil, paint, fertilizer and pesticides, pet waste, litter, and anything else found on our sidewalks, lawns, and streets can be washed into creeks through storm drains with rain and snowmelt. These pollutants harm fish and wildlife living in or near our creeks, damage riparian areas all over Boulder, and can negatively impact our downstream neighbors. Boulder residents play a major role in preventing water pollution by properly disposing household chemicals and trash, by cleaning up after our pets, and limiting our use of pesticides and fertilizers. The City of Boulder is committed to protecting our water resources, providing clean tap water to our residents, maintaining and updating our water systems, returning a usable resource to our creeks, and planning for our future water needs. We will also continue to encourage broad community efforts to conserve and protect our water as it belongs to all of us and is vital to sustaining our lifestyle. Water connects us to our upstream and downstream neighbors, and the hydrologic cycle connects us all. Together, we all must celebrate the Earth's most magical compound, H2O. Water.